Hi, B. And these are also check glass. Echo. And kind of a ladder style. Play Afrobeat music. And this has a nice good tone button on it. How are you? Hey, BNL. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm having a mental breakdown. Oh, Lord. Rebecca. Really liking it. And, oh, sorry. like, I'm like so going crazy over here. Hey, we're looking forward to your show all day. Oh my god, you guys, that means a lot to me. I hope I don't disappoint. I'm feeling all kinds of anxiety. I mean, usually I do demo, I just do my thing and people watch me and that's that. But I sold kits and people bought those kits. So it's a situation where I'll be demoing and people are gonna be following along. So I'm kind of like anxious about that. Like, will they find it easy? Is it something, that will I be able to explain it well enough? And then I realized that I don't have all my materials also. So I'm like, oh my god. Everything that's gonna go bad is going bad. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. You guys mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. So those guys are gonna be coming in about 2 minutes. So we're just gonna hang out till they get here. Thank you. Happy accidents. Well, I mean, I have everything to improvise. It's just that my worry is maybe when I struggle with the improvised material, the people watching and following along will think, that's how it's supposed to be. So that's that's where my overthinking brain, or I don't know how to say it, just gets in the way. I overthink a lot, so right. Right. It's like, I mean, all this time I was like, oh, I have everything. I don't need to, I can just gather everything, 30 minutes to the show. And then 2 hours to the show, I was like, oh, let me just go in and see start putting everything together and like, no wire. I was like, oh my God. True, true. We truly are. Oh, I didn't even bring out the beads I need to work with. Look at that. Oh my gosh, girl. Oh Lord. Okay. Because I was gonna make this and gift it to someone, and her favorite beads are Labradorites. Are they here? Hi, are they here? Oh, they're coming in. Did I get rated? Not yet. John Pearl, welcome in. Can you guys hear me? Welcome in, Crystal, Misa, Craftal, MBH Creations, Vintage Llama. Happy, happy. Are you ready? Oh my God, I'm like freaking out. Mary, thank you for the raid. My love, Autumn, Bailey, Tam, you guys amazing. People for setting this whole thing up and for including me all the time. My heart is beating dun 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 for you guys. Who else did I miss? Madness, Cheryl, welcome in, guys. Thank you, Mary, for that raid. I truly appreciate it. I'm dancing right now because I'm freaking out, but I'm trying to calm calm my nerves. So you guys, if I make any blunders, just bear with me. I'm just gonna go into it. This is what we're gonna be demoing today. How to make this bracelet. I know I included an instruction um on how to make this for those who got the kit. Bailey, do you have your kit ready? Are you ready? Bailey got the kit. Felicia, Jane, Happy. Are you guys ready? So we're gonna be making this bracelet tonight. This is called the Helms Weave Chainmail. Awesome. I hope I'm able to explain and you guys are able to follow along well. Um, anyway, so this is the called the Helms Weave in chainmail, and it's one of like the very basic beginner weaves, which is why I chose it to demo. Hopefully it leads to its. Thank you so much, MBH Creations. Hopefully I'm able to do it justice and have you guys follow pretty easy. So we're gonna get right into it. First we're gonna be making the charm. I call it charm. I don't know. That's like the center piece to the bracelet, and then we'll make the clasp, and then we'll go into the chainmail itself. Okay. So for those who have the kit, um, we're gonna get out some of our rings. All right, Issy, calm down. We're freaking out. Oh Lord. Can you guys hear me okay? Throw hearts in there if you can hear me okay. Or throw any emoji in there so I know that you can hear me. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Um I was gonna tag someone. Let me see if there she goes. Okay. All right. So those of us that got the kit, we're gonna first start with getting out some of our jump rings. Um if I remember correctly, we're gonna make one, two, three, four. So the charm, the centerpiece is made of gemstones, and we're not doing it this way. I don't know if you guys can see. Um, this is more advanced in the sense that I doubled the jump rings to make the flower. That is not how we're doing it tonight. We're doing it with single. I mean, I can demo that. um but in the instructions I had put instructions to use single rings for the flower. So I'm going to do it with the single rings first, and then I will show also how to do the double rings if anyone prefers that. um so first we're going to get out our jump rings and our gemstones. Hi Nelly. You're modding in another show, which is the only reason I didn't hop on when you came on. That's fine. I mean, you can always watch the show later. I just thought about you and thought I should tag you. Um, Let me try to 1 second. Let me find my gemstone. I I was trying to get ready and be prepared, but you can never be fully prepared for anything. At least I can never be fully prepared for anything. So thank you, Bailey. For tools, we're going to be using our pliers, a set of pliers. So I have these two pliers. Um, I forgot what they're called. My brain is like freezing out. And then we're going to be using a bail making pliers. If you don't have that, maybe a round nose plier. And we're going to need wire cutters. Hi, Jane. Are you ready? And we'll need something for measurement. So we'll probably need a ruler or measuring tape just to measure things out. The mostly the wire. So I'm gonna put my. I don't know if I'm missing anything else. I think that's about it for tools. So it's two sets of pliers, like flat nose pliers. I think they're called. I don't know. I just call them pliers. Then bill making ones. Oh, all right. Just what you watch the show later, and or you can always message me, and we can do something private. Um, just to get you going. And then we need our wire cutters. Thank you, Bailey, for the reminder. Oh Lord. Back to trying to find my stone. How's everyone doing? How are you guys doing tonight? If you've been on the train from the very beginning, put your hands up in the chat. I want to know who's been following on the train. I think I have, so I'm gonna go first. Of course, Tam and Bailey. Just Tam and Bailey has been in all day. What? Autumn. I think I saw Autumn a couple times. I saw Candy. I saw Mary too. I saw Jane. I saw Cheryl. Um a bunch of you have been on the train. I must say that. So thank you guys for sticking with the train. It's been a long day since 10 o'clock, I think. Bailey came on, and you guys have been riding with the train in support. That's just very amazing of you guys. Thank you so much. I'm still trying to find my beads, guys. Just one second. I'm just gonna rip one of these bracelets apart. Oh Lord. Yes, I saw you. I have like a bunch of bracelets over here. I think I'm just gonna rip one apart. I cannot deal right now. Let's see which one is an 8 millimeter. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna be using a 10. I sent an 8. It doesn't matter. I just need to be able to show you guys how to do this. So we have our 3 beads, and we're gonna first make our flowers, like I mentioned before. So to do that, we're gonna make 4 of those. We're gonna open a bunch of jump rings. So if you have your jump rings out, just open, I think, 3 of them. Where are my pliers? There we go. So we're gonna open 3 jump rings, or actually just open all 12 because we're making 4 flowers, right? So we're gonna open all 12 of them. This way it's like creating an assembly line. That way we don't have to keep doing them over and over again. And once again, I'm gonna show how to open your jump ring. You're gonna hold the rings like that, and then separate. You don't pull this way. You open like you're opening a paper wrapper. Well, some people actually do this when they open, but so you don't do like this. You kind of like do like that. You cringed. What did I do? Oh my God! Damn. Breathe, love. What did you? I just cringed. Why? What did I do? Oh. Oh my God! It's fine. The bracelet will leave. Oh my God! Front and back, not side to side. Correct. So you're gonna do it like so. So you hold your rings, and then pull front and back that way. not not like that. It's not even I can't even pull it that way. Not like this. Wow, this ring is so hard. It's not even letting me pull it this way. Oh gosh. Yes. So we're just gonna keep doing that. And we'll make 12 of those. One, two, three. I have six. I need to make six more. I'm gonna try to keep up with chat in case you guys are having issues and need help. Um yes, thank you. Good question. So the gauge of the jump rings provided, I think in the show notes I have um everything listed out. So we're using 18 gauge, which is 1 millimeter wire. So it's an 18 gauge jump ring with an inner diameter of um 4.0. That's what the kit provides. Typically, this weave uses a 3.5 inner millimeter inner diameter. So this bracelet that I made is made with a 3.5. But since it's a beginner weave and I'm not sure how comfortable people are with making chainmail, I kind of scale that up a little bit. It will still give you a tight weave, but then it'll be easier for you when you're trying to um form the weave at the end. Yes, thank you for asking that question. I should have mentioned it when I was listing the talking about the tools. Let me see, what else did I miss? I think a dry erase marker. That may or may not be required. We'll see. But everything else, and then we need a 20 gauge wire for the clasp, and also for stringing the charm on when we're ready. Two, four, six, eight. I need four more. Actually, three more. So we're opening a bunch of these rings. One, two, three, and two more. Are we good so far? Yes, I labeled the bags. So the bag has the in the kit has the wire gauge as well as the inner diameter size. That way, after making the bracelet, you want to for reference, future reference. Okay, so we have all our rings open. I'm hoping those following along have all their rings open, at least for making the charms. And we have our beads set aside as well. Great. Okay. So now we're gonna go about closing. So maybe we shouldn't have closed open three of those, but that's fine. So we're gonna close. So the way we opened, the same way we're gonna close it. So when we opened this way. Now when we're closing, we're gonna close, go back. And then you're gonna try to close it until you hear like a slight click. That kind of tells you, that your ring is closed, has aligned properly in a sense. So you just do wiggle wiggle until it's fully flush, like I have mine, like that. Now next is we'll pick another of those rings and pass it through the closed ring and then close it. Same thing, you close until you hear like a click, and then you just wiggle wiggle till it looks like it's flushed together. I don't know if you guys can see. That way, when you're in the weave, it will be hard to tell, that you have the cut ring. Okay. So next is we nestle those rings together and it looks like this. Yes, definitely. I mean, sometimes my biggest tool is my finger actually. I use my finger a lot to open and close rings. I have just one plier and then I use my finger to do um some of the opening and closing. But I mean, when you've been doing this for a while, you get comfortable doing that. With time, if you keep doing chainmail, I'm sure you'll get to that. I mean, you get to a point where it's like, oh, I need to get this out fast, and you just make do of what you have at the time. Um, so we're gonna nestle those two rings that we had, and then we're just gonna nestle them together, and that way it has like an eye in between. So this would be what you call your eye right there, and then we'll pick the last jump ring and then thread it through that eye like that, and then close it. I'm excited, guys. If you finish your bracelet, I would love to see it. For those working today, I'd love to see the finished product. That will let me know, that I did a good job explaining to you. So this is what we'll call our flower, and this flower is called the Mobius flower. So this is one of the spaces that we're gonna use between the beads. One, two, three, four. So now we're gonna make the rest of those spaces. So we'll close. Hi Leslie, welcome in. We're making a bracelet today, and then we'll pick that jump ring up, and then we pass the open ring through that, and then close, and then make sure it's sitting flush. Because when it's flush, it's harder to for it to open up in the future. Uh oh. And then once again we make that eye, and then pass the open jump ring through that eye, and then close. Is everything making sense so far? Put in a yes if great. Thank you so much, guys. Okay. All right, we're gonna finish up the remaining two. I'm gonna try to speed through this. Hopefully, you guys are able to follow along as well. I thought I'll be able to. I hope I can finish this in an hour. Anyways, we'll see. Hopefully, we get this done. If you guys need me to slow down, let me know. I'm just repeating the same thing, and that's the thing with chainmail. Most of the things that you do are very repetitive, so you just repeat the same thing over and over. Especially if you're making like a bracelet or a chain, it's a very repetitive process. Oh, I think I need to find a 8 millimeter bead. This 10 won't work. Oh, it's too big. Then close, and then form the eye, and then pass the ring through that eye, and then close. So my bag says 3.75, and that's because I couldn't find my 4.0, which I provided. And like I mentioned, typically the weave requires a 3.5. Well, it's not a requirement. The for the best weave it's like a 3.5, but I had a 3.75, so I'm just making do with what was available. The kit comes with a 4.0. If you're already familiar with chainmail and you needed the kit, I could probably provide the 3.5 if that's what you wanted. Okay, so now we have all four of our flowers. We're just gonna make sure that we set them in a way. I don't know if you guys can see that. Where we form the eye in between all three, and it forms like a kind of rose. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see. Can I zoom this thing? 1 second. I'm not seeing zoom function here. Thank you for that raid, Amber. All right, let's just continue. Next we're gonna cut the 3-inch wire. So those who have the kit, you get your wires out and your measuring tape and your wire cutter. Thank you for the raid, guys. I truly appreciate it. And then we're gonna cut 3 inches out of that stretch of wire that was sent. So that's my 3-inch wire right there. Are we doing good so far? Then we'll take our bill making pliers or round nose pliers, whichever you have available. If you're using your round nose pliers, you probably want to use somewhere in the center, like somewhere like over here for making your closed loop. Or if you're using your bill making pliers, you'll be using the 4 millimeter side of the plier for making your closed loop. Are we doing okay? Okay, so now we're gonna make our closed loop. So I'll place the wire to sit flush in between the plier middle. I don't know how to explain that. And I'll make a loop. So I'll just turn and have that like parallel like so. And that's my loop right there. Now I just have to kind of like adjust it so it's like a circle. And there I have my closed loop. I'm sure Bailey can make a closed loop. I'm sure everyone can make a closed loop. Happy, are you? Is everything good so far? Great. Okay, now we're gonna string everything, put everything together. I need to get a 8 millimeter. I'm not feeling good with this 10. It's just gonna look very wonky. Just 1 second. Let me try to find. I need. All right, I'm gonna destroy this bracelet. Tam, close your eyes. All right, I'm gonna use I think it's called an African blood. No, I don't know what. I can't remember. I'm spacing out. Anyways, I'm gonna use these 8 millimeter stones because that's what matches with the bracelet and the size of the rings we're using. This 10 would have looked too big, and it wouldn't have shown the pattern properly. So now we're gonna string our flower and the stones together on the loop on the wire with the loop. First, we'll start with the first flyer. We'll pass the wire through the eye of the flower, and then we put a bead. So this is what we get so far. So that flower kind of hides, the end or the cut of the loop right there. It looks like it's all flushed or soldered in. You don't get to see that. And then next we pass another flower and we pass the wire through the eye also. So the wire needs to go through all three rings, which is why when you set it down, you need to make sure like you can see the eye, and then you pass that through like that, and then we keep doing that and pass the last one, and then there we go. So if it was a 2 by 2, you just need two rings, use two rings, pass through two rings, and then on the third set of rings you pass that, and then but that would have been a more tighter. It would have been very hard to find the eye, especially if you're not familiar with chainmail. So um for first time, this is the best way to do it, and then when you get used to it you can start experimenting and adding more and more rings as you see fit. Now we're gonna make another closed loop, and that will be that. Once again, on your 4 millimeter side of your bail making pliers or the middle of your round nose pliers, first you make a bend, mm, and then make that loop like that. Sorry. And then we cut the excess part of it. Or you can also like wrap it if you want to secure it some more. You can do like a wrap around and then cut off whatever excess you might have, excess wire you might have. Be careful so you don't snip your rings while cutting. And there you have it. So we have our centerpiece, and this will act as our beginning for making the chain. Um, but before we start making the chain, I wanted us to make the clasp. That way, if for any reason we're not able to finish the chain, at least we have our clasps already done. So to do that, we're gonna use get back to our wire. This time I'm just gonna use um a different wire because I don't have the 20 gauge silver wire. But for demonstration purposes, because I need the clasp to look exactly like this, I'm gonna use a different color wire. It shouldn't matter. So you guys should use what you have or what is provided. This is a 20 gauge wire. We'll try to get that straightened out as much as possible, and then measure out 4 millimeter out of that wire. Now, when you've measured that out, you take one of your flat nose pliers or chain nose pliers, I think they're called, and on your 3/4 inch mark, you use that to hold the wire and then make a bend like that. And then you press, try as much as possible to see if you can get them to sit close together like that. Are we doing good so far? So press this in. Great. And get it in as much as possible. And now, where the shorter end touches the longer end, we're going to make a closed loop over there. Why do I feel like this is not a 20 gauge? This does not feel right. 1 second. Okay, it is. Hmm. Anyways, we'll make a closed loop over here. So once again, we bend it like that. And then using our bill making pliers or round nose plier. So I'm going to use my round nose plier. And also in this middle, so it's you kind of feel like maybe it's like the 4 millimeter mark. You all right. Try to make a closed loop, and then you close that out, and it should look like that. Okay. You use one of your pliers to hold that loop so that it gives you like a firm grip. I like to use my wire straightener, that way I don't damage my wire, especially if I'm using a coated wire like this one. And next we'll try to make 4 wraps around this end right here. So with the excess wire we have out, let's try to make 5 wraps, sorry, not four. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you do that, you try as much as possible to smoosh them close together. Sometimes I have to switch my hands when I do this. And then the last loop. So on here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when we turn it around, we equally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we can snipe that out, that excess out. And there's no rule to this, right? You can make as many loops as you want. It doesn't really matter. That could be a different style, if that is what you wanted. And you can also hammer this down if you choose to. Um, but this is what we have right now. Now we're gonna fold this over to make our clasp that looks just like that. So using our round nose plier or bill making pliers once again, on the 3 millimeter side, not the 4 this time, on the 3 millimeter side, you want to hold the pliers down to where the loops or the wire wrap is, like that. And then you want to bend the top part over, like that, like that. Thank you, Autumn. And once again, we squish this so it's close. And then we just, using our flat pliers, just bend this a little bit just to give it that curve. And then we have a clasp. Are we doing good? And then we can press on this to give it a tighter look, like that. Sorry, I don't know if I'm showing this right. So there, our clasp is done. Thank you, Tam. So we have our clasp, we have our charm. Now it's time to go ahead and make. We have what, 23 minutes? Oh my goodness. We now have to make this chain. There are two ways to do this. I have put one way in the instructions, and I'll show that. And then on the other side, I'll show the second way in which you can also make this weave, which is usually or typically the way to do it. But the way I put in the instruction is a faster way. It's called like a speed weave way of doing things. So we have, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this makes a, let's see. So this makes a 6.5 bracelet. So if we wanted to make 7, maybe we'll do about 10 of these helm weaves. So now we're gonna take 2 jump rings. First, we have to create more, pour out more rings because we need almost all the rings that we have available. You can pre-open them. If What is this weave called again? It's called the helm weave. 1 second, I can put that down close. Um, or barrel weave. So it's either the helm or barrel weave because it looks like a barrel. You're welcome. So we're gonna open 2 rings, or more like close one ring, like that. Set that aside, and then we'll open one ring. Really? You open one ring, scoop that your one ring, and then scoop your charm into that ring and close it like that. And then you open another ring and then pass it through. I don't know if you guys can see. Pass it through the loop on your charm, and then this is where it gets a little tricky. And then try to grab the dangling ring, closed ring that you added earlier, and pass that through that hole as well. And then you close it. So this is what you should have now. Oh, see, I did something wrong. Now I passed my second ring through the eye of the other closed ring, and I made a boo boo. I hope the guys following me didn't make the same boo boo. I'm going to take that out and do it again. Okay. So here we are. We'll take, maybe we start with this lone ring over here. We'll take that ring and then go through the open loop. Careful not to add the center ring um in there. We'll just pass that through and then close. Hopefully I did it right this time. And close. Make sure it's flush as usual. And what you should have is, wait, what did I do? Okay, 1 second. This is doing something else. Are you guys follow getting the two in one thing? For some reason, I think I'm making a mess of mine. Okay, there, I got it now. Oh Lord. So this is what we're supposed to be having. So we're supposed to be having a 1-to-1 chain. Hi Branson. Is that what everyone is getting? A 1-to-1 chain. Great. I'm happy. Now we're gonna keep doing 1-to-1 until we get to like half the length of our bracelet. I think so for a 7 inch, oh my god, 15 minutes. We're not gonna finish this in 15 minutes. So our charm is I think an inch and a half. And now if you're gonna make a 7 inch, you have to subtract that inch and a half. And that would leave you with I think five and a half. So it's there's some math to it. Now, if your wrist size is a six, you're gonna be subtracting one and a half from a six, and then dividing that by two to get the, the ones the length of each side of your. I'm so sorry. It's just a very simple math. It's not very difficult. So we have a 7 inch. The length of our charm is a one and a half. We subtract that from the seven, and what is left is five and a half. That we divide by two. It's just very simple math. And that will just tell us how long we want to go with our two 1-to-1 chain before we close it. Or the other way to do it, which is the best way to do it, is you have your open loop. You open your rings, two rings. One second. Where's my other plier? You can just rewatch it. And you can also call me, message me, and we can get on together, and I'll put you through it. It's not a big deal. Now we string our two rings on this closed ring. Oh my god, I feel like this is so hard. And we pass one extra ring, just like the 1-to-1. So we can either do 1-2 1-2 1-2 all the way down, or we can do it the way I'm about to show it now to make this helm, to make the barrel. And that is, so when you have your 1-to-1 like so, you want to pinch the, see the way I'm holding it? You want to pinch it so that the two rings in the middle are kind of like overlapping each other, forming like a small eye in there. First, you open a jump ring. So this is where it kind of gets tricky. And but it's not that difficult, I think. Oh gosh. So like that, you pinch it like this, where it kind of overlaps like that. And then you have your lone single ring at the top. Now with your open jump ring, so this is where chainmail gets really tricky, and then you require a little patience. With your open ring, you pass it through. Let me get something to show it. Let me see. Where's my? One second. So you have. I don't know if can you guys see? See, I pinched it. You have one, two, and three. So disregarding the middle hole, you want to pass the jump ring through one and bring it out of three. So I'm gonna pick my and then pass that. Actually, I think when you have this jump ring up here kind of makes it hard. So I'm going to take it out. So this might be the best, easiest way to do this. So that way you're able to see it. So I took out my last ring. I'm sorry, guys. Looks like a clover, kind of. I'm so sorry, guys. I kind of like made some changes. So I took out my lone ring. So it's easy to pass this ring through. So basically, you just go through the first ring at the top, out the back of the second ring, like that. And that's it. So when we had that other ring, it was gonna make it difficult. So that one to one might be a little difficult to follow. So we have one ring of our barrel, and then we take a second open jump ring and do the same thing. Pass it through the top and around through the back of the second ring to the front, like that. Does it really? So I think this is streaming to YouTube right now. So hopefully by the morning it should be on YouTube. Um I don't know. I'll have to check. But there it is. And then we'll take Betty. Are you getting it? Jane, Felicia, is it making sense? Is this hard or easy? I feel like it's hard. So now we have our barrel. We're going to take an open jump ring, holding this in places where it's, and just pass it through the two rings from the top. Like, I don't know if you guys can see. It's so hard to show. From the top, so the front, go through the eye, and the second one at the top. So hard to show. I'm so sorry, guys. Ay, ay, ay. No, 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 you're good. That's also I'm gonna show that. I was just showing it. I was trying to show this part, thinking this would be easy. Oh my gosh. So we've made one barrel on this side. So now let's go back. We have 10 minutes. Oh my god. And we've not even made a bracelet. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. But at least we got one helm done, right? So we're gonna do 2 1 2 1 2 1 like Bailey's been doing. And then Bailey, I'm gonna show you how to create the barrel with that. So I'm gonna speed weave because we don't have time anymore. Did I lose people? Is everyone still here? I'm sure people are like, this is not easy. No, it is. It's just finding I'm so nervous. I don't know. All right. So I'm doing 2 1 2 1. When I did it in an hour. So before I sent out the kit. Or maybe I was in my head, I was speed doing everything because I wanted to make sure I did it in an hour. And that was probably wrong of me. I shouldn't have done that. Should have taken my time, given I'll be demoing. Oh Lord. So I think I was like, oh, let's try to get this done in an hour. And I did. I'm like, okay, it should be easy. I didn't factor the fact that I'll be talking and explaining things. Okay, so Benny, you have your 2 1 2 1 2 1, right? So same thing. You'll just have to pinch Find your eye and figure out where your 1, 2, 3 is. You're going to pass an open jump ring through the front of one, out the back, and out of three. So let's see if I can show this on camera. Otherwise, we can co-host and we'll try to do it together. So we're going to go open your ring as wide as you can because that makes it a lot easier to, but making sure not to pull. You just side, front, back, and not side, you know. Okay, great. You did it? Great. So go through one and then come out through three and then close your ring. And there we have the barrel. So the 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 is a speed way of doing it because it's easier to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that's like your basic, one of your most basic chain mails also. It's your 1, 2, 1, 2 chain. You can have a bracelet that is just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So baby, even if you were stuck, you could have just worn it like that. That's a bracelet already. This is just extra pizzazz to the bracelet. So there we've added one. Now to add the second one, we do the same thing. So once you're able to get the first one in, um, the second one is much easier because you already have a path to follow. So you just hold, pass through the front, and then come out at the back. So hard to show on camera. I'm so sorry, guys. Open this as wide as you can. Go through the front and out the back at three. It's hard to show on camera. My gosh. Bailey, were you able to do that? Were you able to do the second one? Happy, are you able to do it? Checking on everyone. And then close. So we have a second barrel. So we made one barrel on this side and we made another barrel on that side. 6 minutes and we're going to raid. So pretty much you just keep doing the same thing um till you get to the end. So I'm gonna do a couple more just to show. Oh my god. Oh Lord. All right, let me do one more. Barely follow along. Because you did the 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So we take an open jump ring. Happy, are you able to follow? Or did you say, oh, I'll just do this later? I'll message her and. Okay, so we have the pointer, right? You hold and pinch the two rings on the chain, and then you have 1, 2, 3. Now, with your open ring, you're going to pass through the front of one and out the back of three, and then close. So whether you're speed weaving or you're just going systematically, it's the same thing. You pinch your two rings, open your jump ring as wide as you can, go through the front of one, through the back of three, and out to the front, and then close. Careful not to scoop another ring. My camera is not good. I'm so sorry. And there we have. Is this better down here or up? I'm not sure. And then we put the second ring. So we're gonna go raid. Unfortunately, we could not finish this in an hour. I'm going to what I'll do is I'll set up another show where we can finish this or redo it. But basically this is how you get this bracelet done. So I'll try to figure out a time where those who have the kit we can, set up a time and then we can try to um finish the bracelet. Does that sound good? I overestimated. Great. I did not factor explanation into my timing. We spent 30 minutes making the charm and the clasp. So I'm gonna run a quick giveaway. Okay, Mary. I'll I'll um I'll message you when I have that figured out with the rest of the guys. I'm gonna run a quick giveaway for everyone who sat through this torture. Why is he doing that? 1 second. Run a quick giveaway and then let's go raid Renee. So enter guys. Wait. Thank you all for just, hanging out and sitting through this. Thank you. So there are 11 people, 5 people need to enter. You guys were amazing for sitting through this session, and we truly appreciate you guys for, riding through the train and supporting the artisans on the train. All of you are amazing. 5 people need to enter, and I'm gonna draw in 20 seconds. 19. So enter, guys. I'll be giving away this pair of earrings. So this is sandstone. I'll join in 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's gonna win? Ellie! Congratulations. Congratulations. So guys, I'll schedule a time and then we can finish this without any constraints of time. I think I was probably very super conscious of, oh, I have to hurry up with this. Congratulations, Ellie. Is Renee up? Let me see. Let's go raid Renee. Thank you all for staying on the train. Truly appreciate you all. You guys are amazing. And tomorrow, the train starts again at 10:30, I think. And so many great artisans are gonna be demoing and selling. So do come back and join us tomorrow. Truly appreciate you all. Let's go raid Renee Divas in the details. There she is, and she's on. All right, see you guys. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a good night.